Joining us now from Beverly Hills in California is the woman known worldwide as America's psychiatrist, Dr. Carole Lieberman. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, you've served as a psychiatric expert witness in many celebrity trials, and probably the biggest case that's rocking Hollywood at the moment is, of course, the Diddy case. This is Sean Diddy Combs' federal racketeering, conspiracy and sex trafficking trial. And some of the evidence and the details that have emerged from this trial have been so disturbing. In the latest development, Diddy's ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura's friend, Brianna Bongolan, testified that Diddy dangled her from a balcony. She alleged that he held her on the top of the balcony's rail for around 10 to 15 seconds before pulling her down and throwing her onto the balcony's furniture. Sean Diddy Combs has denied all of the charges against him, which is, of course, worth pointing out. But can you bring us up to speed on the latest to come out of the trial?
Yes, each day is more shocking than the next. I think when the jurors go home, they take a shower to get, they want to get away from all of the, you know, very sexual and just not just sex, but all the violence, all the the video, of course, is the cornerstone. The video of his beating up Cassie Ventura, that's been the cornerstone of the case. But there have been lots of all the testimony of various witnesses have been shocking. The bombing of a Porsche, of Kid Cudi, all kinds of things. What I think is the most interesting part of it, and this hasn't really been brought up in testimony per se, is the fact that a lot of this is due to Diddy's mother. When Diddy was growing up, first of all, his father was killed when he was 3 years old. So he grew up with his mother and his grandmother. And his mother had these parties, that really they were precursors to the freak-offs that he has now, or that he had. She had parties with drugs and alcohol and pimps and prostitutes and basically the same kinds of things, although not as at the grand scale that P Diddy had it. And so because of all that, she desensitized him. Obviously that was very traumatic to a little boy growing up, having weekend parties like this all the time. That skewed his view of sex. It desensitized him. And that really is at the root of what happened afterwards. As he got to be more famous and richer and all that, he was able to do these kinds of parties at a grand scale. So that has not come up. His mother has attended the court pretty much every day. And at the beginning, she was wearing these low-cut outfits, and somebody must have said something to her, because now she's wearing things that are a little more proper, But so that's, as a psychiatrist, that's one of the things that interests me. Some of his friends have been telling him that because it's been going so badly, the trial has been going so badly for him so far, it's not looking good. Some of his friends have said that he should testify and throw himself on the mercy of the court and, try to explain why he did what he did and so on. Now that, as an expert witness, I can tell you that there's two sides to that. One, if at the end his attorneys say that things are, I don't know if they admit it, but if things are looking so bad that is sort of a Hail Mary, the only kind of way out, then maybe he should do it. But the risk to that is that for all defendants is that the prosecution, if they have, once they're on the stand, once the defendant is on the stand, the prosecution can really just go at them, and it could end up being worse.